day 4, still, I said, working through things in this process of the mind, really, as it's really this mind, body, spirit connection and trying to understand your thoughts. So one of the things with eliminating the time, like, or sorry, not eliminating, eliminating the eating, but having the time, is to really kind of acknowledge what you're thinking. Are you thinking about eating food or not? At one point in my life, I would not have been able to do an extended period of time not eating, because my beliefs from the fitness industry, from everything, were you have to always be eating really to keep your metabolism up, eating small meals, blah, blah, blah. So I had an old narrative in my head, and coming from that industry and being a professional messed me up. And I had to really acknowledge that and learning, kind of reprogramming, learning new things that are beneficial and switching to my body. And that's the thing. There's always so many different theories out there. There's always going to be different challenges different challenges for sure, but different, science and blah, 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 blah. So you have to really consider who you're listening to, what you're listening to, but most importantly, what works for you. And this is what understanding at different times in our lives, different things are going to work for us at different times. So argumentatively, when I did what I did, that worked for me and that's what I needed, right? But I'm going back and I obviously in this process, I'm opening up to learning, oh, this is what I used to do. These are the habits I used to have. Why did I do that? Was I really happy though at that time? Did I really like or enjoy being, obsessed with eating, all these things? So now I'm planning out my food. Now I got to worry about whatever. Whereas maybe I need something that's easier. So right now I'm finding, to be honest, in the process of going, okay, these are the times I just can't have this and this, easier. And then going, wait, let's slow down that process and think, even now I don't have to plan out as much. Well, that's good. Okay, that's a win. Okay, now, so I'm trying to work through the things in my brain. And that's what I want, and I'm inviting you to do too. This is this experimental kind of stage of what's going on in here to have an understanding of yourself. Keep in mind, I've done this for a very long time, so it's a little bit easier too for me to understand it. You might have been a person who's done a lot of self-help work, so it might be easier for you too to acknowledge those thoughts. But that's also why we get into brain training and understanding like thoughts or things and then how to break those down. So we have that type of training, but I'm trying to keep this surface level as best I can. So if it's still complicated where you're like, okay, that's a lot to kind of take in, that's okay. We're trying to get through, right? This isn't just about, whatever, the weight loss. That's not what we're doing here, right? This is about understanding you, your brain, your habits, these types of things, so that you can move, whatever, onto the next thing. It goes back to that foundation, right? And building that strength. And then there's an actual anti-aging process in that too, which we're kind of going to get into after, but these little things that I want you to be aware of. So day 3, just food for thought.